Hey, we're going to dive into a side hustle. I can't even believe that I actually found this, but sometimes I just feel like there's a divine connection with certain things that pulls me in and says, okay, try this, or here's an idea for you. I get woken up quite a bit in the middle of the night, and it's God speaking to me, telling me that try this or do this. Some of my best ideas have come from the middle of the night, waking up when your mind is completely relaxed. So I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to sell you a coaching course. Not here to show you Ferraris and fancy cars and shiny objects. I'm here to give you real advice on what you can do in this year to make real money, to replace your income. I call it replaceable income, to get rid of that 9 to 5 job. So this is my goal for you. And my goal is always to keep the cost down as little as possible for startup, if not zero costs. So I look at every free trial, the least entry into a business to create a side hustle. And so this is one of the best side hustles that I've found doing the research, looking at the basically who's doing it and what you can get into. So we're going to dive in, but before we get going, I do a lot with AI. So I'm going to have some blueprints for you. I'm going to have a complete guide of all the software for you right here. So in this checklist, I'm going to give you everything that you need, including some powerful prompts, my favorite software, all the links to my software. You can replace these links with your own affiliate software links as you get them and promote those. I'm going to have some prompts in here. I'm going to have a walkthrough of everything that you need to do. And so if you comment checklist, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this, I'll give you a private link for all of this and including the software that you can use. So let's dive in. Let's do a little bit of research. So I'm going to show you some proof here. Then I'm going to dive into the software that you use to do this with. And then we're going to show you how to promote it. So you're probably asking who this guy is, Jim Paar. I've worked as a paramedic, life flight paramedic, firefighter, worked for the sheriff's department, and done 100 different 9 to 5s or 8 to 5s or 7 to 3s or whatever you want to call it, jobs. I've done basically everything you can imagine, but I haven't collected a paycheck from a business for over 20 years now because I've been able to self-sustain on my own, in my own businesses, with affiliates, with different marketing. And really, it's all about the marketing, because once you know marketing, that's going to give you the superpower to grow any business. So I'm going to give you everything that I'm going to be 100% transparent here, give you everything that you need that I see, and no holds bar, and show you everything that when I go into a new business, how I go about this. So let's dive into the research now and see what this is all about. So if you watch my other videos, I had a video on how to create these cheat sheets, like have a quick guide for like Windows 11. And then I came up with an idea the other night, and it was infographics, because those are big right now. And you're thinking, oh man, I can't do this. Well, you don't need the technical know-how to do this. You don't need any experience whatsoever. And I'm going to show you that. So what is an infographic? That's the key here. So it's a visual image such as a diagram, a chart, to represent information or data. So it's just a quick chart to look at. Let's just look at one in Google here where this one is content as a selling tool. So let's just visit it real quick and look at what they have here. So there's a bunch of infographics here. So always I'm looking at things, can you make money with this? That's the key here. And so we're going to look at this and how you can make money with this. And so if we look at going into this, we'll look at ChatGPT. We'll go into ChatGPT and we're going to ask it, can you make money selling infographics? So I like to use ChatGPT to do my research. I'll use DeepSeek, a lot of different AI to figure out what is out there. So right away, it does say sell infographics as a digital product. So that's really good because you don't have to mail anything. You just send them an email with their product. So Etsy is number one here. And then it goes into some different things here. It talks about know how to sell knowledge, and then healthy eating cheat sheet, which would be a really good one. And then we're going to ask it recommended. Let's see. Let's ask it how to sell infographics and see if it gives us some good niches to go after. So it does right away. It picks the niche, health and wellness, which is always a big one, social media tips, real estate, finance. So you can look at all these different ones where you can produce it. And I found a software that's incredible that I'm going to show you how I do these with the software very quickly. And you just prompt it, basically get a prompt out of ChatGPT, and then we'll throw it in there. But so we can see that templates, a price range bundling, a custom is $50 to $300. So you could sell these if you wanted to. But let's look at the number one that popped up was Etsy. And so I typed in infographics, and you can see if they're selling based on what the number of reviews are. There's 786 reviews here. So these are template bundles, fully editable. So you can edit these. And then there's some animated slides here. There's some different graphics, mindset. So this is mindset graphics, different things like that. And so there's a lot of different, you can see that they're selling. I mean, 629 reviews, and they're selling them for $25 a piece, 70% off right now. Etsy does a lot of discounting to move different products and stuff. But 10,000 plus PowerPoint bundle, $1, you're not going to produce 10,000 of them, but you get the gist of it here, and you can sell these, whether it's on Amazon, because that's where we were showing that you can actually create these quick guides for Amazon, like a Windows quick guide, and sell it on there. But once you find the niche, that's where you can start really dialing this in. So the biggest question is, does it cost money to open an Etsy shop? So that's where I always look at the cost of entry, the cost of starting a business. And I know a lot of you are working and paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, been there, done that. And I know you have very small windows of costs to be able to start up a new business. So I always look at the lowest entry cost. So while it says an initial shop creation is free, there's listing fees and transaction fees. So it sounds like you have fees after you put an item in. These listings expire after 4 months. So to be renewed is 20 cents a piece. So minimal cost, and then you pay a payment fee going like a processing fee if you sell. Well, big deal. If you sell something, you make money, you pay for that cost. So how do we create these graphics? And then we're going to talk about how do we promote them other than Etsy? How do we promote these online? So let's go into a software that I recently found, and it's called Vanage, and I think that's how you pronounce it. But we're going to go in there because I like this software a lot, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay, so this is the software that we are trying out called Venngage. We'll have a link below. Just click checklist and we'll get a link, and you'll see it in the top of the list there. So this is for doing infographics, and you can do reports, presentations, brochures. I mean, there's a ton of different stuff you can see that you can do on the side here. So you hear a lot about selling PDFs and different things like that. And so people are making different products to sell as a PDF. And just think of it as like we showed you in Etsy, that you can set up an Etsy store and sell some of this stuff. On Amazon, the same thing. So let's go through the software, and we're going to use some of the AI features in it and just play around with it and see how it works. So we're going into the back end, and we're going to use a little bit of ChatGPT and use that with this. So let me get out of incognito mode, come over to my ChatGPT, and we'll open that up. And then we're just going to ask ChatGPT to give us a prompt on a guide for Windows 11. So create a prompt for shortcuts in Windows 11. So the reason I'm doing this one is because this is a big graphic that's sold on Amazon quite a bit. So give me a comprehensive guide. This is our prompt here. So we're just going to bring this over into our Venngage and try that out and show you how it works. So we'll drop this prompt in here. We're under AI Tools, AI Designer in Venngage, and we'll see what it kicks out. So it says that it's working. Should only take a few seconds to kick this out. You can imagine if you had to develop this, it would take you hours to develop this actual graphic. So it just kicked us out, the graphic here. We can customize it in the back end, but you can see the multiple pages that it created with the some of the shortcuts in here. And then we could take this document, we could download it as a PDF, upload it to Amazon, and actually sell this on Amazon or promote it through an email campaign. And I'm going to show you that, how you could do that. But so it gives you a lot of different options. You could say, you know, if it's a local nonprofit for domestic violence, you could say create a domestic violence awareness. I was in a typer brochure. And then it'll go ahead and start creating that for you. But it grabs the images, it writes the content, it refines your content, and then it puts it into the perfect design. So check this out. It created the brochure for us, domestic violence awareness. We can go in and customize it, add a phone number. If we click on this, how to help, awareness, and then you just basically click in to customize this design, and you can take it in and do whatever you want with it. So you can add a phone number here just by clicking this, and it quickly, as you can see, it brings images in the background and does a really, really good job. So This is one way, and we've seen it with PDFs, especially like the Windows 11. You can go into developing shortcuts, and let me just show you this real quick. So Microsoft has a ton of products. They get PowerPoint, Excel, Word, and a lot of people look for these cheat sheets. So look at the amount of reviews. Now that's not the amount of purchases, that's 241 reviews. So a lot of people don't leave reviews, maybe 3 to 5%. So you figure they sell hundreds of thousands of these, and if in different Microsoft products. So this is a cheat sheet, and you can see here, we can see that it's a guide. They're getting almost $6 or $5.25 for this. And to create this in Venngage, you just go in there and tell it to create you a quick reference guide to PowerPoint. And that's all there is to it. It's just, and then you go and upload these cheat sheets onto Amazon or Etsy and sell them. So the bottom line is this software does a ton of different things. It'll create, let me just show you under AI tools. It has AI chart generators, AI Instagram post generators. So you could manage somebody's social media for them just by using the software. Poster generators. And this goes on just under marketing. It keeps going and going and going. So if you want to create business cards for somebody, diagrams for somebody, AI marketing plan generator, this is all the AI stuff that it's got. So here's a few of the popular ones that are out there. But it allows you to go through and do so much without the knowledge of graphic design. So it puts everything in and really makes it super simple, creating a catalog for a boutique or something like that. So there's a great way to make money here and then sell it out on Etsy and Amazon. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. But again, comment checklist, smash that like, hit the subscribe, and share this, and I'll get you everything you need.